Good day, everyone. We're out on one of my favorite roads to go on that's not too far from my house. This is Daley Road. It is part of the trail system, apparently. But, yeah, it's the start of September. Kids are back in school, so just thought I'd come out for a nice little, hopefully leisurely drive on the old XT250. Well, it's not that old. If you want to see an old one, I have a video. I drove a 1976 XT250 recently. But anyways, that's another video. So let's roll. All right. Oh, and when I get into the other video with the XT500, so it's a 1976, about 140,000 kilometers on it, and it's an interesting difference, change from the 250. Honestly, the 500, like this loose gravelly stuff, this isn't too bad here, but you know, sometimes you get those mounds of gravel, loose gravel built up between car tracks and that. Now the 500 seems to just, I don't know, it just kind of basically glides through it, and the 250 can sometimes become a little bit hairy on this kind of stuff, in my opinion anyway. But yeah, it was an interesting experience, so check out the video. I'm putting it together very soon. It's super hot here for the first week in September. It's around 30 degrees Celsius, somewhere around 90 degrees Fahrenheit with the, you know, with some humidity in there. So it is fairly warm, and it's still before noon, I believe. Yes, it is. So I'm just going to do this ride and then head back home on a little bit faster route to get some airflow. Otherwise, I think I'll probably overheat because I am all geared up. I'm, you know, wearing the full attire. But yeah, this is a really nice drive, this Daley Road. I really like it. Usually no traffic. So, yeah. Oh, and the leaves are starting to change again. Another season, guys and girls. Yeah. The trees in the lower line areas, oddly, they probably have more water than the rest, but I don't know, I think the moisture or excessive water weakens the trees, so they start changing color earlier. So I see there are reeds and stuff there, so it's obviously lower area. Oh yeah, there's water laying in there. So yeah, too much water is not a good thing. Not enough water is not a good thing. Has to be just right, I guess. And it is fairly dry here. I know you can't see, but I'm leaving quite a little bit of a dust trail for a little bike like this. A few blue jays flying around. But yeah, what a beautiful day, and it's so nice to be back. I've been gone. Haven't made any videos for quite some time. I was out traveling. I did about 10,000 kilometers in a car, though, not on the bike. But as I said, I did get an opportunity to do some driving out in the prairies. So we'll have that video going. Hopefully I'll have a link to it by the time I make this too. So, you know, whichever one I finish first, well, I'll try to get them both done, and then you can watch one and then maybe go to the other. That would be kind of nice. But yeah, it's nice in here. It's some shade, and it's kind of relaxing. And I do have a bunch of footage from the start of the year, but I just got so busy preparing for this trip I videos, so I should have a whole bunch more. I'll go back into my footage of some places I went of interest, and hopefully I can get that all together and show you guys some stuff. But yeah, this is a really nice drive. I really like it. The road's in good shape, fairly smooth, but there are some twisties, so don't get too comfortable if you're on this road, because the next thing you know, you're going to be right into a sharp, 90-degree turn, like right here. And again, I gotta slow down for these, well, just because A, I don't want to wipe out, and you can't see what's coming around these corners. I mean, someone could be whipping around here. Kind of unlikely, but it could happen, and I would rather be going slow and try to deal with it than burning around the corner. So so far, so good. We should do bets if I'm going to run into a car on this road at all. It's possible. There are a couple houses along here. Lucky people are living out almost in the wilderness here, but yet close enough to, some bigger centers. Not super big, but big enough where if you need something, you can get whatever you need, pretty much. Those trees are changing color. Yeah, and back to the that XT250 that I drove. It's really kind of interesting to drive. Like just sitting back and cruising, the seat is more comfortable. I think it sits slightly lower down, has a lower center of gravity, and so it makes for a nice ride on these dirt type roads. Now, if I was going to get into the mess of, some tighter trails and some challenging terrain, I would go with the 250, just because it's super agile and it's much lighter. Just my thoughts. I mean, I haven't tried the 500 in some tight stuff, but I don't know. I just had a feeling that it wouldn't be as good as this bike, but at the same time, on this loose gravel stuff on these dirt roads, it's much better. It's a much better ride. Just let's say that. So they both have pluses and minuses, or they both have certain qualities. So I'm not. I mean, plus the bike is almost 50 years old, right? So you can't knock that. And they did make comfortable seats compared to this thing. But, Oh, and I would say too, although the XT500, of course it has way more power, especially low-end torque, so you can kind of chug it along. You know, it will do 60 miles an hour very easy with not a very high RPM, but I believe that bike was re-geared, the front and rear sprockets. The front one, I think it might have been increased 2 teeth, and the rear one was reduced by maybe 1 or 2. I don't know for sure. So it had a much lower RPM while you're driving it, but yet it still has a lot of power. So I think that's part of the reason why it's lasted so long. You don't have to rev the thing out ever. And when you're cruising, it's not running at a high RPM either. So just some thoughts on that. Well, we're almost finished the entirety of this road. It's just a nice little short drive. I really like it. Mostly because on a hot day it's shady in here. And then in the fall when the leaves start changing, that turns really cool also. So, if you're up and about in this area, I'd suggest this for a short little ride. Take her easy. Try not to make too much noise around the houses and that. I mean, the 250 is a pretty quiet bike anyway. You don't have to worry about that. But I know some of you might have different, you know, machines, louder machines, more powerful machines. But you know, try to be respectful around the houses that are on here. There's not that many. Washboard there. Oh, I hate washboard. I'm tired on my teeth. And here's a car, but guess what? It's Canada Post delivering a package. That's the only car I've seen, so I guess we couldn't avoid that. They do have to go out and deliver the mail, I guess, sometimes when they want to work. So I think this road just a few more kilometers. I can't remember now though. Okay, this road, I could go straight and it's a nice road. It's just I'm on a little bit of a time crunch here. I said I would be back by one. So yeah, I'm gonna have to do a turn here. Anyways, I think I'll just conclude this here. That was like the dirt portion of it, but there's lots of cool roads up here, especially on a bike. For a bike, yeah.
ATVers, you might not be so much interested in this, but motorcycle guys, yeah, there's some really cool roads around here. So at that note, I will say adios, amigos, and take care, everyone. Hope your summer's been good. Bye bye.